The following morning, I woke up and I was feeling great. I said, oh my God, I'm going crazy. What's happening? Then I switched on the computer and there was an email of this guy. His name is Adriano. And he told me, yesterday you were attacked at 1 o'clock. And that was exactly when I was starting feeling bad. And I removed whoever was attacking you and the attack and everything. Then you were attacked again at 8 o'clock until midnight, and I cleaned you. And I said, oh my God, what is this man doing? Okay?
First of all, can I hold up your hand so people can see? Can I do dowsing with my fingers?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, can I cure physical diseases this way?
Yes.
Yes.
And is what I just did a form of dowsing, that signal?
Yes.
Yes.
Because usually people think of dowsing as, you use a rod to detect water. So the next question I have for you is, can I detect water with this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So you can do all the standard things people do when they douse, and plus a lot of other things that they never knew they could do. Now, do you want to say anything more about dowsing before we move on, either of you?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
I used to do dowsing with a pendulum, not much with the rods, but with a pendulum. And I don't know if you know this guy, I used to do Raymond Gray's protocols. And as I had come to know it by heart, to save time, I used to do it in the car while I was driving. And of course, when you drive, you can't have a pendulum, a chart, my chart, and start, So I did it with my fingers, and it worked. And basically, it's the same thing, because you have a convention with your pendulum to turn clockwise, for example, to say yes, and counterclockwise for a no.
Right.
And it's the same thing you do with your fingers. It's called deviceless dowsing. Yes.
And demonstrate a little more thoroughly with the fingers, like what yes and no is.
Yes, for me, okay. Am I connected to the harmonic? This is yes, okay. And do I have cancer in my physical body? This is my no. It's not only that my fingers don't open, they press more together and this can't be seen, okay? And when I did a protocol, usually when you want to decrease something, the pendulum goes counterclockwise. When you want to increase something, it goes counterclockwise. With the fingers, you just say, I don't know, I'm raising my metabolism. And you get a yes. If you want to lower it, you still get a yes, okay? But it's deviceless dowsing, and you can do it, and it's quicker.
Yeah, it's quicker, easier, faster, more fun, and feels good.
Yes.
Like, do you feel any different now?
Me? I feel good. I feel better.
Now, Fanny, do you feel any different than before you started this call?
Yes. I tested. I do. I just feel happy. I don't know. I feel like I am making some progress, and it's worth it to do this. And doing it with other people is always much easier than by myself. You know, I can get distracted very easily if I'm by myself.
Nell, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes?
Do you feel any different than when you started the call?
Yeah.
How so?
Something good.
See, it's funny to ask all of you three guys because you always feel good, you know. So it's not really special for you to feel good, or maybe you don't even change because you felt good before. But that's okay. We'll move on. Okay, the next thing.
Well, I just want to mention that it is possible to become too not happy. I mean, that's not the same thing, but to be like overjoyed and to have. Then something else is possibly the matter. So,
Yeah, that could be something wrong with you too.
So if you're like really hopping around, and you know, it could be a little bit too far the other way. I think there's a balance on this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bono, for pointing that out. That's because, you know, it's funny because when people do this and they go to the calm, clear place and they don't look very excited, you know. Actually. Okay. So what I want to ask you is, okay, I want to say that with this form of dowsing, people cure incurable diseases, medically incurable diseases, and you can say, like, Ross? What have you cured? That's a medically incurable disease. The flu was one, right?
Yes, the flu, okay, backache, and I remember it was at the very beginning. I was sitting in front of the TV, and I removed the backache. I don't remember what it was, and I felt, I suddenly felt very, very hot, an incredible heat, but nothing changed in my back. I went to sleep, and the following morning I didn't have backache anymore. And it often happens to me when I remove something to feel that a surge of heat, a great heat. And then I removed the anxiety attacks. As I told you before, whenever I felt anxious, I stopped right in the middle of whatever I was doing. I connected, I checked body by body where anxiety was, and I removed it. What else? Smoking. Yeah, my mission impossible. I still can't believe it.
So actually, what we're saying is you use this kind of dowsing to stop smoking, cure a backache.
Yeah.
Yes. What we're doing is we're like dowsing causes of medically incurable diseases, and then dowsing whether we've cured the cause.
Yes.
So that's how we douse. We don't just find water, we find illnesses and diseases in ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. But let me tell you that there are dowsers who do the same. Dowsing is not only about water. It's also about health, about removing entities, demons, and things like that.
Okay, so you were into dowsing in the very beginning of your career with all this stuff. You learned a lot about dowsing, obviously.
Yes.
Well, I'm so glad I'm really glad that you shared about this in this movie. What else do you want to say about that?
What I cured?
Well, when you started dowsing, how long ago did you start dowsing?
Oh, let me think. It was before. No, I was already doing IMMUNICS. Yes, it was at the beginning when I was doing IMMUNICS, and there was this course in dowsing, and I decided to take it. I went with a friend.
Okay.
But let me tell you, my sister was starting to feel bad. We didn't know at the time what she had. We didn't know it was a tumor on the bone marrow. So I dowsed for her. And in dowsing, you can usually you use a pie chart, okay, with, for example, a pentagon or other things, you know, to give more power to what you're doing. You write on a piece of paper, possibly with a pencil, what you want to achieve, and you put the picture of the person you are working for, if it's not yourself. And then you start doing your protocols. You ask if there are bad entities or demons, and you remove everything. What happened is that probably I caught some entities that she had. So she started feeling better, and I started feeling terrible, really terrible. So you have to be protected, you have to be connected before you start doing anything like that, because it can be dangerous. IMMUNICS isn't dangerous because you are connected to God, or to the harmonic anyway, which is harmony. If you don't protect yourself, and at the beginning I didn't know I had to do that, I was in real danger, and it was really bad. And I wrote on the mailing list what was happening to me, and all the people of the mailing list wrote me back telling me, oh, it's nothing, it's just the anxiety to succeed. One person wrote me privately, and he told me, look, I tested that you have bad entities and demons that you took for people you were working on. Do something to remove it. If you don't know how to do, write to me and I will do it for you. So I wrote to him and I told him, please do something, because I don't know, I'm desperate, okay? What happened was, this was the strangest thing that ever happened to me. Before going to work, I was lying on the sofa having a nap, because I was working until late that night, and I felt really agitated, anxious. I felt bad. I felt so bad. And then I couldn't sleep. I got up and I prepared to go to work. When I was having lesson, exactly at 8, I started feeling bad again until 10 o'clock. During the whole lesson. Then I got into my car to drive home, and I felt totally without energy. I tried to connect to the harmonic, and I couldn't. My fingers were so weak. At a certain point I thought, I'm going to pull over and stay here. I'm going to fall asleep in the car. I can't get home. Anyway, I succeeded in getting home, and I went straight to bed. The following morning, I woke up and I was feeling great. I said, oh my God, I'm going crazy, what's happening? Then I switched on the computer, and there was an email of this guy, his name is Adriano, and he told me, yesterday you were attacked at 1 o'clock, and that was exactly when I was starting feeling bad, and I removed whoever was attacking you and the attack and everything. Then you were attacked again at 8 o'clock until midnight, and I cleaned you. And I said, oh my God, what is this man doing, okay? And I wrote him telling, yes, you are right, because, and I told him what happened. And he told me, okay, I'll keep working on you. He didn't ask me a cent. He didn't want anything. I remember the following week, again I was trying to get a nap, and I felt it coming. I just in my mind called, Adriano, aiutami, please help me. And it stopped. And then when I wrote to him and I told him what happened, he told me, yes, probably they heard my name and they were scared away. It was incredible. I was astonished. You know, so when you dance, you have to know very well what you are doing. You have now, if I do it, I first connect to the harmonic, and I put on shields all around myself, and then I start working. With IMMUNICS, anything like that ever happened to me. So that's the difference for me, and it's a big difference.
Thank you for saying that, because what I noticed when, you know, when I first started doing this, we had a lot of problems like the one you're describing, and as we continued to do, you know, like to cure things, like we start out by curing physical diseases like herpes simplex or the Epstein-Barr virus or cancer, and we notice people never get any attack when we're doing that.
Yes.
They never get any attack, and we used to get attacked all the time. I think you have to start with the basics.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
know,
absolutely.
and build a foundation of health.
Yeah, it's true.
Also,
Very important.
we pay a lot of attention to God connection
Yes,
because we're a religion.
that's right.
Religions
That's
do
right.
that. So,
And I think it's very important every day to remove all the pathologies. At least that's what I do. I start checking for pathologies and removing them body by body. This is the beginning of my day, and then I do all the other things.
nice. Well, see, if that's right, if you keep yourself free of pathologies, like if you start there, you've built a foundation and you get pretty bulletproof.
Yeah.
So you don't get attacked. Like,
Yes.
I haven't even had a flu try to come on since 1993. And I deal with some crazy people and I never get attacked.
Yeah. I remember when I was trying to cure cancer in one of my cats, Salina, at a certain point I tested, did I get cancer? And it was no. Do I risk getting cancer, merging my higher bodies with her? And I got no. And then it popped into my mind, am I immunizing myself from cancer? And I got yes.
So by curing a cat, you cure yourself.
Yes.
Well, this brings me right to the next thing that I want to go into. And I'm going to bring Franny back up here on the screen. Hi there, Franny.
Oh, there.
Okay. Now I want to test.